What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Goo Up Done. I'm back at y'all with another reaction video. Hey man, we touching on a little sensitive topic, bro. With Lil Poppa death, bro. He died in a weird way. That's the best way I can really put it. He died in a real weird way. But I ain't gonna be sitting right here doing too much of, like, you know what I'm saying, all the little extra antics and all that, because this is a serious topic. We is talking about somebody passing away, but I ain't gonna hold y'all up, bro. Let's get into it.
I'll be the first one to say it, since nobody want to say this Lil Poppa death is very suspicious. It doesn't make sense. Nothing about this makes sense whatsoever. All the details they're telling us doesn't make sense, doesn't add up to what they're claiming, which they're claiming is self-inflicted. Lil Poppa was a really talented artist out of Jacksonville who moved to Atlanta once he signed with CMG. But he wasn't just like a Jacksonville drill rapper, as you would imagine, like most rappers out of Jacksonville. They are like they are involved in this like ongoing war and gang feud, so they're all doing drill music about killing each other. Lil Poppa was a little different.
Same thing like my city,
right?
for
Due
real.
to losing a lot of friends during that war, Lil Poppa made kind of like emo music, bro. He was in his feelings a lot in his music, which is why when it was announced yesterday that he had passed away and his death was self-inflicted, a lot of fans kind of just said, well, makes sense. They were even
Yeah, so I seen a lot of people went ahead and was like, man, yeah, he probably did really, you know what I'm saying, commit that suicide, you know? Can I say that on here? What I'm gonna replace that word with? We're gonna say that on purpose. But damn. My bad, y'all. But a lot of people did say that he committed that on purpose, bro. And in my mind, I seen a video of him saying, he was like, man, I got one more album in me and that's it. And that reminded me of what Juice WRLD said. I don't know if y'all remember what Juice WRLD was like, bro. I got one more song or one more album. Well, no, he didn't say that. He said he said I'm not gonna make it to 21 or something like that. It was something in that nature. So that was like a catch-22 for me, because I'm like, dang, Juice WRLD said that and he passed away. Now Lil Poppa said the same thing that he gone. I'm like, bro, these rappers, they got something going on, bro.
Old videos from about like a week or two ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, where Lil Poppa was kind of insinuating or predicting that he may be dead soon.
They don't. You'll be proud of me, OG. Woke up, read me a Bible verse, got some breakfast in my system, talked to
This
God
the video
about it.
right here.
You know what I'm saying? And he laid it on me. I got one more album, EP, mixtape, whichever one it's gonna be. I got one more, and it's over. I'm going to find my peace.
Many interpreted him saying
man.
he's
gonna
going to
commit
drop
that
his
on
last
purpose
project and then go find peace, as he's gonna go to heaven, right? He's gonna drop his last project and then die. That's what a lot of people looking back in hindsight is interpreting that to mean. Even his bio was a little suspicious and hinted towards him being depressed. In his bio, it actually says, first we're born, next we suffer, then we die.
That's weird.
The end. And
That's
why
weird,
I feel
man.
like a lot of people weren't really concerned with this bio is because it falls in line with what his music is. His music was deep. It was introspective.
Nah, he talking to y'all
through
that bio. He's having a whole conversation.
Like the biggest rapper on
people just
earth,
don't be saying that,
right? As you probably know, because when
mental
he
health
passed away,
was
a lot of
serious,
people
bro.
didn't really know who he was or really wasn't tapped in. But his music resonated with a lot of people, which is why when he passed away, you had a lot of artists reacting in like a visceral way, because yo, this dude music touched a lot of rappers. He is like the true definition of your favorite rapper, because he's not mainstream or not well known to, let's say, the masses. But when he passed away, you have people who are probably a little bit more popular than him, you know, like the rapper Pluto, where
My bad, yeah,
she
my PC
reacted
almost
on
died.
live stream horrified. Boosie even gave a tribute. Right, Lil Duval gave a tribute to him.
Damn.
It's TikTok. Yeah, I'm not even.
I ain't know he was that well known, bro.
I'm not even looking like that. I'm not even.
I ain't listen to bruh music like that, but I heard about him and my peoples did.
Y'all lying ass. I don't play like that. What the hell? You don't play with Dell, bro. What y'all talking about? I'm finna get out this bitch. What happened? Cause y'all negative. On my mama, y'all.
Negative.
I'm not little pop, on my mama. Like, I'm not even playing on my mama. Oh my God, no, no, wait,
Damn.
no, oh my God,
I won't give up. You know,
TIP, Thug and Peace to Lil Poppa, man.
That's why y'all gotta show y'all love to people. Not saying that they not, but it's why y'all gotta show y'all love and support to people while they still here. You gotta do all that while they still sitting right here on this earth, fool. Because there's no telling how long somebody might be here for. There's no telling when you might be able to get to tell that person something again. Family wise, it might be somebody you hate, somebody you don't like. Bro, they could pass away the next day, you ain't never even get to say, man, I love you, bro. But I forgive everything that you did. So they died thinking that you still hate them. There's people that go through that emotion all the time. You get what I'm saying? But that's that right there.
Yeah, my little nigga right there, always supported me, looked up to me, my nigga. Always came to Boosie Bad. Shot at little nigga too.
For the time being.
Some TIP Poppa, nigga, Thug and Peace, nigga. Damn, Poppa.
For Lil Boosie to come out and say something, bro, he had to be influential to the community in general. Not even talking about rap, just to the community.
The Duval legend, nigga. Legend across the world. YNs, the niggas. Pop. My daughter, them niggas. Pop. TIP Poppa, nigga. Love.
Now, here's where the weird stuff begins, okay?
So when
he initially passed away, or when, the reports came out that he passed away, it was first reported that it was an overdose. And you have people in the industry, actual rappers who would be in the know, because these people, know each other.
Thank y'all.
They were even reporting that this was an overdose. YG Fatso actually knew Lil Poppa, too. So he wrote, I honestly think bro went out how he wanted to. It ain't no pill popper who don't know the consequences of it. I do at least 830s per day.
8?
We all know we gonna die eventually of overusage. We just don't know when. And y'all folks crazy as hell saying bruh had too much to go out how he did, because that's what makes ish worse. When you paid in full, don't nobody check on you, trying to help you kick the addiction, or even gave a F to see if you okay, because they know.
That's what I just said. I literally just said that, bro. When people still be here on this earth, don't nobody be checking in on them or trying to see what's up. Don't nobody be doing that for real. I'm not talking about, you know what I'm saying, you call up your brother, hey, what's up, cuz, how you doing? Hey, you good? Yeah, y'all chop it up on the phone for like 40 minutes to an hour. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about to the people that you just don't communicate with on a daily basis, but they might be going through something and you don't know. You probably don't know at all. But 830s is crazy, dog. Ooh.
You got some money, and in their eyes, all you need is money and you okay. Then the report came out and the police started speaking of various sources, and we found out that actually that's not the case at all, right? It was not no overdose.
Bro, I done heard he passed away from purge, from a car crash, from a gunshot. I done heard so many things, dog.
And somehow, even though we have the full story, we're left with more questions than we had in the beginning of the saga. The police released details to TMZ, and the police says that Lil Poppa actually shot himself after a car crash. Now, if we scroll down, we get more details from TMZ.
That's what I heard.
So TMZ writes that the Hapville chief of police, Bruce Hadley, told TMZ that Lil Poppa was in a single car accident on Interstate 85 south of Hapeville, which is when he called his manager asking what he should do. The car was still drivable.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's just stop here for a second, okay? He was in a single car crash. Now, this is a kid who has literally been around murder his entire life. He's a kid who was literally in an active gang war. I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm just looking too much into it. I don't think this kid is panicking over a car crash. Like, I don't feel like this kid.
I don't think he get it. So I'm going to explain it. The car crash, I feel like bro was trying to take himself out. If you ask me, I think he was trying to either take himself out, or either he just got into the accident and that was like kind of like the final straw. He was like, bro, I'm done. Everything ain't going right. Nothing going right. Like I'm done. I give up. And then, you know what I'm saying? He probably did something like that. Or it's literally just something that we don't know about. But that's what I'm leaning more towards. I think the accident kind of like was a build up of just like, dang, bro, nothing going right for me. I'm angry. I'm sad. I'm depressed. I'm using these drugs. Can't cope with the pain. I'm done. I give up. I think that was something like that. That's what I think it was. I don't think Flacco really
over
understands.
maybe having to go ahead and do what, like 30 days in jail over a single car crash. Maybe he was, you know, like driving under the influence. I just don't think that this is a type of thing that this kid is losing too much sleep over, right? But you could probably understand why he might, let's say, man, like, yo, I crashed my car. Like, what should I do now? Should I just call the police? You know, should I like drop my car off? Should I leave it here? What should I do?
Mm-hmm.
But the car was drivable. So he drove away from the accident and went to his manager, right? So he called his manager asking what he should do. The car was still drivable. The manager told him they'd meet up in a nearby parking lot at the Hilton Hotel. And Hallie tells us when
this is odd to me though.
Lil Poppa stayed.
My bad, I keep pausing y'all, but it's odd to me because I'm not about to get into a car accident and then call my manager and be like, I just got into a car accident and it was my fault. Is that just me though? Like, I feel like when you get into a car accident and you was the person, like, it's just you. It's just you. You might have turned too hard, hit a curb, something like that. You get out, you look at it, you assess the damage, and you go about your day. You don't call the police for it. You don't, you know what I'm saying? You might call your insurance company on your way back home and say something, but why would he call his manager? I don't know, y'all.
His car as he spoke to his manager through the roll down window. Okay, now, again, so far still normal, right? You call your manager for help. What should I do? Should I just call the police? Should I leave the car here? You call them. What should I do? Now, if it's a single car accident and you were able to drive off and there's no reports of anybody else being hurt, there's no reports of too much damage happening. Apparently, he hit his car up against a wall or something. His car is
call
damaged.
my manager though.
Right, like he's not dealing with like a vehicular homicide here or something. Okay,
he just got into an accident.
Single car accident. His car a little bit damaged, but it's still drivable. He could have drove home for God's sakes, all right, or left his car with his manager. Now, while they're having a conversation, now the manager apparently doesn't tell the police what the conversation was about. Now, we are told it's unclear what they discussed. It's unclear because the manager never told the police what they discussed.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, the police says the rapper pulled a handgun, put it to his head, and pulled the trigger.
Think about that, y'all. Really, really, really put that into perspective for a second. He got into this according to the police. He got into a car accident, called his manager to ask what he should do. The manager said, okay, cool, look, we're going to go ahead and meet up at this motel. And if we go from there, what to do about your car. That's already strike one. Because that don't make sense. That go home. Go home, call the insurance company, and then talk about the car. Why are you going to a hotel to meet somebody else about your car? That is so odd to me, y'all. But all right, let's fast forward some more. So your manager finally pulled up. Y'all have a conversation. It's unknown what the conversation about. And you telling me Buddy randomly just whipped out the 9 and said, just like that, to himself? I don't know.
Shooting himself dead. Hadley tells us an off-duty officer who was working at the hotel called 911. Lil Poppa was rushed to Grady Hospital.
That don't seem odd to y'all? Like,
no.
Am I missing something?
Whatsoever. Here's why I think it's suspicious. First off, okay, let's look at the series. Let's play the series of events back again, okay? He was driving his car, got into a single car crash. This kid who's been dealing with murders and felonies his entire life, panicked over a single car crash accident. Okay, cool. But at that point, he's in the clear. He's not panicking. He left the accident. It's drivable.
He drove away.
Nobody else was hit. He's in the clear. Like, he has nothing to worry about at this point at all. So how exactly do somebody go from? Because if he wanted to do that to himself, he could have got it done at the single car crash where nobody was there.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, yeah.
If his goal was to do that to himself, he wouldn't wait to do it at a packed parking lot in front of.
He wouldn't wait to do it in front of his manager. That's you missing that part. He wouldn't wait to do it in front of his manager. He would have just handled that work. Oh well, let me chill. See, I'm getting into my YouTube stuff, but that's just, it don't add up to me, bro. He wouldn't go ahead and do the on purpose to himself right there in front of his manager after getting into a single car accident that he was able to drive away from. Was he running from somebody? Did he get away from somebody and that person finally caught up to him and his manager pulled up to him with the bullet already in his, you know what I'm saying, his head?
Like the manager and other people. No, he would have done it at the car accident. He would have done it at his home. So the fact that he left and went to his manager shows that his intent was never that. His intent was to actually get help and figure out what to do with the car.
Mm-hmm.
But then they're having a conversation, like the window.
What was the conversation? We need to hear the conversation. That's what we need to hear.
Now, even him never hopping out the car to me is a little bit unnatural, right? Because if he calls for help because of the car, you would think she would hop in the car or like he would hop out and they'll start having a conversation. But nonetheless, cool. The manager apparently doesn't tell the police what the conversation was about.
And we need to hear it.
From my perspective, I'll be real, bro. I don't even think he did it to himself, man. If I had to guess what I think happened, I think somebody shot him. Because it doesn't make sense. Like, what do you mean he waited until he got to a hotel parking lot to do it?
What if? All right, y'all really hear me out though. Hear me out. What if he was running away from somebody, right? Like trying to speed off and he ain't getting away from somebody, like almost like the MO3 type deal, but he ain't never get out the car. He was speeding off trying to get away from him. They end up popping him, but he wouldn't. Dang, would he survive that headshot though? All right, I'm gonna continue though, but he ended up getting popped in the head. He calls his manager. He said, "Hey, I just crashed my car." Whoop, whoop, whoop. But he'd be in distress on his phone call as well. They end up meeting up at the hotel, and that's where he passed away from. Like it's so many different variables to it. The variable of him just pulling the handgun out and popping himself in the head, though, that's a variable I just don't see. While you standing right there after a conversation, I don't see that variable. I don't see that one at all.
Yo, this man said, as soon as I drop my first
Rest
project,
in peace to him, though.
Sorry, his next project. His next project ain't dropped yet. So even the timeline of, hey, he said he was going to do it, his project ain't dropped yet. Nor was it completed from my perspective or from what I know. I think somebody shot him, bro. I think somebody shot him and they framed him, to be honest, bro.
They framed it and looked like it was a suicide.
I'm sure there's cameras. I'm sure there's something here that's probably going to show the full story. But this story just doesn't make sense.
It's a whole gap
right now, the only
in the
person
story,
who knows
gang.
or can provide context is the manager. The manager knows what that conversation was about. But the police is saying they're unclear what the conversation was about. They have no idea. Why would the police have no idea what the conversation is about? Right? If the manager spoke to the police, then why would the police not know what's going on?
Facts.
Why would the police not know the conversation?
Facts.
What excuse did they use not to tell the police the conversation? I think that conversation is old. I think we need to know what that conversation is. Because this story of, he was involved in a single car crash. He got to the hotel parking lot for help from the manager. And then
hey, tell the manager they need to step to the stand, man.
He pulled out a gun and offed himself.
They need to be in the interrogation room right now
I'm
to
not
answer
buying
some
it,
questions
not
or something.
at
Something
all.
missing.
I
We
need to
don't know what it
the
is,
exact
but
truth,
something
'cause this
missing.
ain't making sense at all. Y'all let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think? Does this make sense to you guys? Because it doesn't make sense to me at all, man.
Facts, man. Let me know y'all thoughts and opinions down in the comment section. I don't know how I feel about this one. Number one, rest in peace to him. We're going to start right there, but I don't know how I feel about this one. It seemed like something missing. I don't see Buddy just offing himself in a hotel parking lot after crashing his car and having a conversation with the manager. Nah. Granted, he was always in his little, how can you explain that? He was always in his depression stage, or either he was in it at that time period, but nah, something missing. And we gonna find out. We on the road to 500 subscribers, man. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe, hit that post notification bell, bruh. Join the Goo Off family. I'm out. Let me know y'all thoughts and opinions.